John, what other material do you deal with? I mean, you're talking about Ray Macaulay, you're talking about the vagina, the JJ.
The JJ, it's a good word.
What other stuff do you like to deal with?
I talk a lot about people. This is my favorite animal. I talk about animals, funny enough. Camel toe.
Yes.
Obviously, I bring some wildlife in. And I'll be probably discussing like news stories.
ESCOM.
Yeah, you know, I don't. Like, people say you must have blackout jokes. Well, no. First of all, I don't have to have anything. So fuck off. And secondly, it's like airline food. You know, the blackouts are like. I think the blackouts are great for showing whiny white people up for what they are. Like it's just a couple of hours where you have to have a candle and talk to someone. Like fuck, what's the problem actually? Unless you're like on a life support system and there's no generator, then I can understand the problem. Most of the moaners are people who came here, they live here. It's actually Africa. This is where mankind began. The power goes off. It happened in California 3 years ago. That's the second biggest economy on earth. But California as a state's got a bigger economy than any other country. The two biggest national economies are America and then California. So like it happened in the biggest economy in the world. So don't come and tell me it's like a sign of the disaster or that Jacob Zuma's going to rape us all in our beds. I personally don't think Jacob would touch me with a barge pole. First of all, I've got no STDs, and secondly, I might say yes just for the experience. I'm not actually practicing as a homosexual, but I am half Greek, so we invented it, so I feel bad. But I think the negativity I'll talk about, and I think the fact that, you know, particularly white people in South Africa, and I speak as a black man, an angry black man, and that there's too much white people whining every time things are going fine. Everyone borrows money, everyone buys another house, everyone spends on their credit card. Like it's got to swing back. It's just economics. It's not unique to Africa. So now we're going through a bit of a correction, and now like, oh, diesel, oh my god. Well, maybe we shouldn't all have cars then. Do you know what I mean? Like, get a fucking walk somewhere, you lazy fucking fat people. It's another one of my absolute.
Oh really?
I'm tired of listening to fat people moan about us making fun of them. It's funny. You are funny. You smell different. You take up too much space on the plane. And I'm tired of like, oh, we're eating this. Well, then eat properly, man. Eat vegetables. Like, fuck, do we have to explain your colon to you? You idiot. And skinny chicks also, like size noughts who get health problems. Like, then die then. If you are bulimic, let's help you. We'll lock you in a fucking room where you can't eat. Then you don't have to puke. You can just die like a German chick under a basement for 24 fucking years. Except your dad won't pop down and poke you every 5 minutes and give you 7 kids. You know, they're real problems in the world. And I think we whine about the wrong things. Why has nobody burned down a McDonald's? That's an important issue. There'd be less fat people if they didn't go on talk shows all day and buy the special Levi's for fat bitches. They could have a get together and burn down a McDonald's a day. That's going to stop people.
Jerry.
Do you know exactly?
That's why
Jerry phoned me.
I was actually checking out one of in my research.
Did you research all this?
I researched
Jason,
it.
stop it.
I had to, you know.
You guys.
So the one thing that I came up with, I didn't come up with. You were interviewed by Comedy Live or something, and it said, "What question would you most like to be asked?" And I really thought it was important for me to ask it.
Okay, good. I forgot what it was.
What makes you tick?
The timer. No, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Okay,
It's just that I always ask the same thing. When did you first think that you were funny? What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened on a stage? Are you really sad inside?
Wow.
They always ask those. Like, people ask you the same 5 questions, and no matter how much they say they've researched. So I am very impressed that you asked that question.
Okay, cool.
What makes you tick? And I say a thing about, I'm working on a book about my Muslim friends called What Makes the Muslim Tick. And and so then I was working on that material when I got that question. So I said, what makes you tick?
Okay.
So I could one day, quick as a button, say the timer. And then everyone would go, they don't get it, because it's a suicide bomber thing. Anyway.
Okay, well, I asked the question, so I'm glad
Thank
I
you,
did.
but I'm glad you did too. In fact, I'm glad about this whole thing.
Are you?
I'm so glad how it
Good.
works.
We've got to stop.
I know.
We've
I
got to
don't even know
stop.
if this is broadcastable, so
We'll
sorry,
see.
Jason. I know you wanted like
Thanks
anecdotes
to the power
about
of editing here, but it's fine, you know
Do
what?
you edit all this yourself?
Yeah, I do.
Do you do all of this? That's so. What is it called?
The Vodcast.
I know your podcast. Why do I know? Anyways, very good, very good.
Thank you.
Sure.
So, John,
Thank
you
Jason.
very much.
Thank you. I hope that was what
that's
you were
perfect.
looking
That's
for.
100%. It was
Love
good
it.
to get you on camera.
And
Good.
you know, nice talking to you, Jace. You too. Hey, we could do a whole show of just
We do
vagina
that.
talk.
You and Bevan.
This is the vagina dialogue.
This is
Every
the one
week.
Vodcast vagina monologue.
This is the vagina vodcast. This is the vag vodka. This is Jason's vagcast. Hi, my name is John Vlismas, and please come watch my show, it's called Lucky Plebian, at the Civic Theatre on the 10th to 22nd of June. It's going to be so funny, you'll probably lose a bowel. Please come by. And you're watching the Vodcast, which is quite hot, especially if you like a bit of it in the morning.